Had a hostile client on Uber, bro. It was crazy. Cause I set up my app to basically go to the airport. You know what I'm saying? I only wanted to pick up people from the airport. So I'm rolling and I get to this restaurant because I got a ping or whatever. So I get to the restaurant and I'm realizing I'm like I already automatically knew that this person is not going to the airport because I'm who goes to the airport from a restaurant. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't happen that often. So I was already like kind of searching around, thinking that maybe I'm in the wrong place. So I pulled to the parking lot. I'm thinking that maybe there's a hotel next to it that's where I'm supposed to go to. And the person calls me and they have an attitude. They're like, "Are you in the white car or whatever?" And I was like, "Yeah." It's like, "Yeah, we're right here." And the thing was is that they should have been out there already. You know what I'm saying? They should have been out there already because I didn't see them when I pulled up. You know what I'm saying? I looked there. They weren't standing out there when I pulled up. So they came out late and kind of gave me an attitude. So I already knew, you know what I'm saying, these people, there's something wrong with these people. So I pull up. I tell them, you know what I'm saying, I'm letting them in the car. And I normally, when I ride, I have my lunch next to me, and I have a gallon of water next to me, and pretty much that's it. Like I have a gallon of water and my lunch next to me, and I sit it in the front seat because I normally only want people to ride in the back. It's just like I don't like people riding in the front. You know what I mean? Just because people get kind of weird when they like to try to feel like they're taking control. Like they try to take control when they're in the front of the car. You know what I'm saying? And I just rather than ride in the back. So it was three of them. So I just told them all to get in the back. You know what I'm saying? And one of the dudes, he was like a bigger guy. He was well muscled. You know what I'm saying? He kind of had a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? So I still stood. I was like, no, like just hop in the back. And so they all get in the back and they just start being passive aggressive, like, "Oh man, they need to make us cram all in the back and all this type of stuff." And even though there's plenty of room, you know what I'm saying? It's two women and a guy. It's not like it's three big dudes. It's two women and a guy. And so they're complaining and they're getting real like passive aggressive. So as I'm driving, I'm trying to think, like I normally cancel rides as soon as something like that happens, like even before they get in the car, because once you get them in the car, it's harder to get them out. And once they start being passive aggressive, if they're doing that in the beginning of the ride, especially if it's a group of them, because they're gonna feed off of each other's energy, and next thing you know, things get out of control. Like it just gets worse as the ride goes. So normally I'll cancel the ride if they're getting too aggressive in the beginning. But I was thinking that I was, you know what I was thinking? I was thinking because I don't know if it was because of their race, because they were like Pakistani. It was two Pakistani women and a black guy. You know what I'm saying? And I was thinking that it's probably not. The women aren't going to get that bad because they look like the type of women that would have been wearing a burqa or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like just a couple years ago. You know what I'm saying? They just finally got their freedom here, I guess, to not do it. And so that's what I was thinking. I was thinking that they're going to be they were going to calm down. But it was just one of the females in particular. She was the youngest one. And I think she was like 30, probably like 32. And the other two, like the dude, he was nearing 40, or he was probably already 40. And the other woman was like probably like 45 or something, or like 43 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So she was doing all this talking, and it was just kind of like she was hyping everything up. Everybody was feeding off of her energy, even though it was like she's not even the one who couldn't ride in the front. It was just kind of like, I understand you're trying to stand up for your friend or whatever, but at some point, you know what I'm saying, let it go. But she just didn't let it go. She just kept complaining about how I was turning. Like as soon as I pulled off, like out of the parking lot, I already knew she was gonna give me a problem, because as soon as I pulled off, as soon as they got in the car, and I turned right, which was the way to go. The GPS was taking me the right way. She was like, "Oh no, you're supposed to turn left. Why is he going this way? He's supposed to turn left." And that's not even, no, I was supposed to go right. I was going the right way. And the other person was, people in the car, no, they were like, no, we're just going by the GPS or whatever. So her complaining like right at the beginning, like I should have canceled the ride, bro. Like, cause it was just, I should have canceled the ride over that. You know what I'm saying? Cause they were already aggressive, and I could already tell she's gonna be a backseat driver, and that's what she was doing. She was complaining about every little thing, and it got to the point where, like, I'm over here just waiting and hoping that stuff will calm down. Like, I don't know if you guys ever got into that point in your ride where you're just like hoping that they eventually will just stop. You know what I'm saying? Stop giving you a hard time. You're not saying anything because you know that Uber, like, if things get out of control, like if you start saying stuff back and you start engaging them, things are going to get out of control, because they're thinking like it's 3 against 1, there's no way he can win and all that, you know what I'm saying? So they're not going to let you get the last word, and anything you say is going to they're going to keep trying to keep going and get at you. Everybody's going to have something to say, and it's just going to get out of control. So you just want to let the thing die down, but she wouldn't let it die down. Like, even when things calmed down, she would always have something to say. And all the way up to the end of the ride, and I was holding it in. I finally snapped at them. Like, they were like, pull up right here. Like, no, stop the car right here. Like, when I'm pulling up in front of their building and they wanted me to stop, like, right as I turned onto the street, and it was just kind of like, why the hell would I stop there? Like, why don't I pull more in front of the building, especially since there's it was a 2-lane road. There was no way for anybody to get behind me. Like, there's no other turning lane or anything else. It was just one lane going one way, the other one lane going the other way, and there was a lot of people on the road. It was raining. You know what I'm saying? It was just easy for somebody to come and just hit me in the back, and it was just kind of like, just stop telling me what to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pulling up a little bit forward for my own reasons. You know what I'm saying? And it was really, that's how you would pull up. Like, you pull up squarely in front of the front door. That's what I was doing. I was pulling up in front of the front door, and they wanted me to stop on the side. Like, I'm not even in front of the building yet. So it was just crazy. One of the other passengers there, like the older woman, she's trying to calm the other girl down, and it was just like, yeah, I just had one of those days, you know what I'm saying? That really threw me off, like, when the way she was acting. But I don't know how to handle people like that. I mean, I think, like, people like her, like females, you know what I'm saying? Because I was right about her. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys are probably thinking, oh, no, she probably wasn't the burqa wearing type or whatever. But I think that, no, she was probably wearing a burqa with her face covered somewhere in some fucking godforsaken place just a second ago. You know what I'm saying? Not too long ago. And there's just the idea that I was in a position of where there's 3 against 1, where she's in a position of power. You know what I'm saying? If anything happens, then she could tell on me, I lose my job, and there's another guy there, and you know what I'm saying? Like, she wouldn't have done all that talking if it was just her in the car, bro. So it was just kind of like, that's not even her personality. But yeah, I could tell, and it was just kind of like, I hate people that try to act a certain way when they're in a certain position. You know what I mean? Like, not even the guy. Like, the guy was bigger than me, but he wasn't even talking as crazy as this female was. Like, it was ridiculous. So I don't know how to handle stuff like that. But I think if there's anything that happens when you're about to pick somebody up where they get upset, just go ahead and cancel the ride. They could just find another ride, you know what I mean? It's not like there's no other Ubers around, you know what I mean? Let them get another ride, because people are really immature, you know what I'm saying? They don't just let stuff go. Like, if I was in her shoes, and that's another thing, like, you'd be thinking about things, like, from your own perspective. If you were in her shoes, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You'd be thinking, like, what would I do? I probably would have let that go. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have made a big deal. Like, she could see that I had stuff in my front seat. You know what I mean? It wasn't like a mystery to them why. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like I singled the guy out. It wasn't a mystery. It was like he has stuff in the front seat, so it's three of us, let's sit in the back. But most people aren't like that. They're just really petty, and they're trying to show out in front of their friends. Like that builds them up or something like that. And basically, if you can learn how to be really condescending, so they can't have anything to really specifically to point to. Like if you start cursing at them, if you say curse words, then everything sounds worse when they, no matter how you said it, everything sounds worse once they complain to Uber like you cursed at them. You know what I'm saying? So Uber's gonna take their side. I guess just be real condescending. You know what I mean? Be real sarcastic and just patronizing, and just everything that you can to make it where they feel your pain without having anything to report to Uber. But that's all I got for you guys right now. Peace.